And that's consistent. You know, I've asked people on this campus, what's your worldview? Most people have told me, number one, I don't even know what a worldview is. Number two, I have no worldview. That's probably 7 out of 10 people on this campus have told me that. What's your worldview?
Same answer. I don't know yet. Haven't learned anything.
See?
But when I was walking by to go print some papers, I heard you talking about evolution a minute ago.
Yeah. You believe in evolution?
It's not that I 100% believe in it, but it's one of those things you can't really disprove either. Like, I would use the Bible.
Of course you can.
I would use the Bible to prove it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The one reason that I would is because in the Bible it states that God's concept of time is not the same as ours. So 7 days to Him could be a couple billion years to us.
Yeah.
So it says.
The problem is if you've looked at my position on that is that anytime the word yom, the Hebrew word day, is used with a numerical value, it always and only means a normal 24-hour day.
I guess, but still.
I mean, that's a fact, whether you accept it or not.
I'll agree to that.
Every time the Hebrew word day is used with a numerical value, it only means a normal day. It doesn't mean anything like a day that lasts 1,000,000 years, for example. No, absolutely not.
Well, then with the Big Bang, how do you know that God speaking everything into existence wasn't the Big Bang?
Well, I don't believe in the Big Bang, first of all. Second of all, since you subscribe to the Big Bang, because you just assumed it.
No.
Well, you said, according to the Big Bang.
No, I'm not saying according. I'm saying, how do you know that God speaking everything into existence wasn't the Big Bang? I'm not agreeing to the Big Bang.
Okay. So if we want to define the Big Bang in Christian terms, okay, fine. God spoke and it went bang, and everything existed. Okay, sure. Yeah, I believe in that. But you got to understand, evolution, the way you're being taught evolution here, okay, is a naturalistic, materialistic, unguided, undesigned event.
It's pretty designed.
By who?
Nature.
Nature's a person that designs things?
No.
Okay, you want to go back a bit? How does an impersonal...
Adaptation.
How does an impersonal force or an impersonal concept
not nature itself.
Design anything?
Living things adapting to their environment.
What's that? Well, adaptation is not what I'm talking about. Adaptation is obvious. You have a little dog and a big dog. Are they still both dogs?
Yeah.
Of course. So that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about in terms of modern evolutionary theory is that evolution took place over billions of years and a transition of species from species.
Because of adaptation.
Well, sure, that's what they'd like you to believe. Adaptation is observable. Adaptation is something we see all the time. But going from one species to another is not. Furthermore, if we are the byproduct of evolution, okay, as many people hold to on this campus, then how do you get morals, meaning, and beauty from that?
Our brains develop differently.
But do you have the same brain as the girl walking next to you?
Probably not.
I don't think so, right?
No.
You have your brain and she has hers.
Yeah.
So nobody has the same brain, right?
Yeah.
So now you have
we have different concepts of beauty.
Yeah, that's right. And so what I'm saying is that because people have different concepts of beauty, according to an evolutionist, how do you know that there is such a thing as beauty and not just a not just a convention of man? You know what I mean by that?
Yeah. I mean, most everything is a convention of man, like time itself. It's not like a scientific thing. It only exists because we want it to.
Oh, okay.
Well, because it helps us with our day-to-day life. Like, you can't prove time, but you can't disprove it either.
Oh, okay. So the principles that undergird and govern reality are just conventions of man?
I would say most of them, except like laws of physics.
How is the laws of physics not a convention of man?
Because if you drop anything that you're holding, it's going to hit the ground. Like that will
Have you observed things dropping everywhere and at all times that they've dropped and hit the ground?
Yeah.
You have observed? So you're omnipresent? No. I said everything and at all times and everywhere.
No, that's not. The tree can't fall because it's supporting itself. Something with no support will fall.
So then you have not empirically verified that everything everywhere that falls hits the ground?
No, everything that does fall hits the ground.
How do you know that if you haven't empirically observed it?
If it has no other force acting on it, it will hit the ground.
How does a law of physics, give itself the law-like character? Who gave the law?
What do you mean, who gave
Where did the law come from if we live in a random universe where nothing supposedly exploded and here we all are? How do you get a law from random?
Well, I didn't. Now you're bringing up the Big Bang again, but I wasn't talking about.
No, you're talking about physics. What I'm saying, physics is a law, right? See, as a Christian, I accept the law of physics to a certain degree. The laws of physics are part of the world that God created. The reason they're laws is because He has fixed them as laws. But if you don't have a lawgiver, where does the law come from?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because it's the same question I'm going to ask you about morality. Hi.
What up, bitch?
So if we live in a materialistic, naturalistic universe, where do we get the concept of transcendent morality? Do you believe in transcendent morality, meaning an ultimate morality?
I believe there's a right and wrong.
Do you believe right and wrong is ultimate right and wrong? Like certain things are ultimately right and wrong?
Yeah.
So
either it's moral or it's not moral.
where did the ultimate morality come from? Who gave us ultimate morality? We give it to ourselves?
No.
Comes from God?
Who determines it?
Yeah.
I think you just have a general sense, like, hey, I probably shouldn't do that.
Okay, no, that's not what I'm talking about. That leads you back to, so now you're talking about almost like an intuition, right? You have an intuition of morality, but that doesn't account for ultimate morality. One person's intuition says, my morality stipulates that homosexuality is okay. Another person will say, well, my morality stipulates homosexuality is a sin. That's my position. So who determines who's right and who's wrong?
I don't know, I guess society.
Society? But if we leave things in the hands of society, you saw what society is capable of. Just rewind, go back to World War II, and you'll find out what society is capable of. When people stipulate their own morality, whether it's homosexuality, whether it's murder, genocide, whatever it is, right? Whatever, abortion, whatever it is, then there is no limit to where morality will go. So Hitler, for example, concluded homosexuals, blacks, Jews are not human, and so we can discard them like trash. That's when people get to stipulate their own morality. You see what happens when you don't have a transcendent source of morality? Then you have a moral collapse.
Yeah.
You want to try it again? Where do we get ultimate morality from? And if there is no ultimate morality, then what's wrong with doing the most immoral things in the universe? What's wrong with murder or homosexuality, or what's wrong with pedophilia, or what's wrong with any of it if there's no ultimate morality?
I don't know.
You don't know? So you really are sitting here telling me you don't know why pedophilia is wrong?
No, if
Not you personally.
If your example is that, like you're saying that I'm saying that it just comes from nothing, then yeah, I mean, I guess how would I know what's wrong with it?
And what I'm saying is that this is what happens when you reject your Creator. The Bible says He put you in a place that's indefensible. That's what the Bible says. You'll end up contradicting yourself.
I'm not rejecting anything. I'm just saying
So then ultimate morality does come from God.
Yeah, sure.
That's the only way, right?
Yeah.
There you go. That's why I've been coming here year after year trying to plead with students that in order to have a moral world, we need a moral we need a lawgiver that gives us morality. If morality resides within ourselves, then we're doomed.
Yeah, but originally...
The homosexual person will say, well, homosexuality is good and fine. Well, who decides the number two? Who decides the number two? Why do are homosexuals prepared to suspend the number 2 and instead the number 20? So 20 people can get married to each other? Is that the way society is going to work now? How about 1,000? Is 1,000 people just going to go around marrying each other now? See what happens? The Bible says God gives you over to a depraved mind, where you have no way of sort of withholding or sort of, you have no way of governing and restraining the immorality that you're about to unleash on yourself. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so now you have a professor at the University of Montreal saying that pedophilia is a sexual orientation just like homosexuality, and that people are intergenerationally attracted and they cannot help it, and that we need to respect them.